that was a huge lesson for me, and an amazing lesson. And I think was kind of the starting of my directing career. I never looked at acting after that, of course. When someone like Robin Phillips says, you're not an actor, you should be a director, you listen. So I did.
The Theatre Curation Project was born in the spirit of stewardship over the art, craft, and history of the theatre. Its purpose is to curate these stories of our mentors and what they passed on to us to be a resource for future generations. Its goal is to preserve these stories and the lessons within them from being lost forever.
Yeah, Robin Phillips. I've been reflecting a lot lately, actually, on mentorship specifically and the craft of acting and directing, and I think we've all been reflecting way too much during this pandemic. But it's funny, Jacob, how you started this right when I was looking back and thinking about my mentors. I've been lucky to have many. Robin Phillips, of course, being a major one in my career and my trajectory. So, summer 1999, there I am graduating from Ryerson Theatre School, BFA acting program, and Soul Pepper are starting this theatre company where they're going to have this training company, which Robin is going to run. Fast forward, I get accepted into this training company, and Robin casts me as Henry V, which of course just tickled me pink because I loved Henry. I was doing a monologue in theatre school. It was my favorite Shakespeare play at the time. I remember asking Robin, I go, so Robin, why did you cast me as Henry? Hoping he'd say something like, well, I see you as the fourth great knight. Gielgud, Olivier, Richardson, and Wilson. Of course, he didn't say that. I think what he said was something along the lines of, I just saw you with the little gold crown on your head, which was good enough for me. Anyway, Robin took me under his wing in the training company. He said to me, pulled me aside one day while we were rehearsing, and he said, Lee, you're a good actor, but you're a better director, and you need to direct. Which of course was earth-shattering for me. I had just gone through theatre school. I wanted to be an actor. But that he saw this in me. And he saw it because I was, an actor needs to live in the moment. They have to go from moment to moment. And you can only, as Maggie Smith says, you have to live on the edge the whole time. Because if you think ahead or you get stuck on, something you did back there, you're not in the moment. So I wouldn't do that as an actor. I would always ask questions, and say to Robin, well, Robin, if I'm doing this, so-and-so is coming in from over here, and the audience are going to go that. So I was doing that kind of thing. I was thinking about the whole world of the play as opposed to being in the moment. And that's what I think Robin was talking about. And the first lesson he taught me actually had to do with that and focus. He was rehearsing me as Henry V, and he had put some of the training company around me on the stage as the soldiers. And I remember Robin, this was on that stage at the Du Maurier there, and I remember Robin kind of putting me so that my back was facing the audience. And of course I was, I keep trying, as a good actor does, I was trying to cheat out, to give my audience, of course, what they came to see. And Robin would keep, no, Lee, talk to them. And so finally I just, I said to Robin, after I said, Robin, like that, the audience can't even see me. You've got my back to the audience. And he said, yes, of course. He said, Lee, you're a good actor. The audience are getting everything through your intonation, inflection, tone, everything you're doing, breathing, your phrasing. The audience are getting that. But the other side of the story I need to see in this speech are those faces. Because what is Henry doing in this speech? Once more, unto the breach, dear friends, once more. Or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility, but when the blast of war blows into our ears. And of course, what he was talking about was we need to see those men and women and soldiers dejected at the beginning of that speech. But through the speech and hearing the actor, we see slowly. To the point where Harry, of course, gets to cry God for Harry, England, and St. George. The troops are... Yeah. And the audience should be bloody there with them on the edge of their seat, wanting to go to war with them. And that was a huge lesson for me, is focus. And that's the audience getting 100% of the story, as opposed to a lot of the productions I see are, of course, the actor doing the big monologue is there, center stage, in the sweet spot, if you will, the best, and you're not looking at any of the other actors, which, of course, those smaller roles, which is another lesson Robin taught me, where there is no small role, because every face, every voice, every movement contributes to this orchestra, and anyone I think who worked with Robin would get that focus. The waiter walks in stage right, and we need to see the waiter pick up the pencil and the pen. As the waiter crosses the stage and stops at the table, the person at the table speaks. Well, of course, as the table comes to life and the person speaks and our focus is there, all of a sudden all these people start crowding the stage. So then we go there and we see all this movement on the stage, yet there's a single child not moving. So your focus goes to the single hungry child under the table while everyone's moving. And just as everyone stops, an actor exits the stage, and you go to the actor exiting the stage, and when you turn back, the scene is cleared, or the ghost is there. Focus. That was a huge lesson for me, and an amazing lesson, and I think was kind of the starting of my directing career. I never looked at acting after that. Of course, when someone like Robin Phillips says, "You're not an actor, you should be a director," you listen. So I did. So, Robin, thank you for all those lunches. Thank you for the communication. Thank you for changing my trajectory and believing in me as a 23-year-old contemplating being a director. He gave me the courage, and he taught me more taught me more over the years than I think about the craft of directing than any book could ever teach you. And I want to thank you for that.